Hey everybody, it's Chris from CRT Sportscards, and welcome to the series called Furloughed. Good morning, everyone. It is April 20th, 9:15 in the morning, and I guess back in the day, 420 was a cool day, I think, but living up here in Seattle, Washington State, and many other states, this is now just another day. But I thought it was kind of interesting when I looked at the clock, or looked at the calendar, what day it actually is. But hey, it's furlough day number 8, and it's my second Monday of being furloughed. The excitement from the weekend, of course, was the Jordan premiere last night, and I just made it through one episode. I'm going to watch the next one either tonight or the next day, but I thought it was excellent. It was well done, and I'm really looking forward to the next episode. So please do not spoil what happens today for me on Twitter. But hey, when you think about the cards and you think about the boom that we are experiencing right now with Jordan cards and Bulls cards in general, maybe it's a market correction. Maybe we as collectors and sports card aficionados have forgotten just how good that team was and how good those players were, and that those cards actually had lost more value than they should have. So it'll be curious to see how these prices on those cards are in the next 6 to 9 to 12 months after this fades. But maybe that's the price they are. Maybe we missed out on a buying opportunity for many years on these cards, and now that's just the price they are. So it'll be interesting to see, what happens. But as I was watching the show last night, something dawned on me, and I thought it was kind of funny, and it's about how much of a front runner I was as a kid in the 90s. I was born in Texas, and so I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan. That's never going to change no matter where I live. But, on top of being a Cowboys fan in the 90s, I was a basketball fan, and that was just a natural fit to be a Jordan fan and a Bulls fan. Coming from West Texas, there was no, basketball team in a sense or NBA team. So I gravitated to the Bulls, and of course they won every single day of the week. And then on top of that, being on the baseball side of things, due to a family connection with Terry Turner, a very minor one, and the fact that they were on TBS, I think it's TBS every night in the 90s, I was a Braves fan. So my entire, I was born in 82, so my entire 90s and up to I was 18, 19 years old, all of my sports teams were winning all of the time. So no matter what sport it was, I was winning. And so when you relate it to myself now, being a Mariners fan up here in Seattle and still a Cowboy fan, it's been, almost 20 years, 25 years of not experiencing a single team winning a championship. So I'm probably paying for all that winning now in my late 30s, but hopefully the Mariners can win a World Series ring here soon, and the Cowboys can figure it out. They always seem to have the most talent, and they can never seem to put it all together when it matters most. So hopefully in the next 4 to 5 years, as a fan, I'll be able to experience a World Series or a Super Bowl, something like that. But I thought it was interesting to think back to, as I was a kid, all the winning that I experienced, that I guess I thought that that's how every fan was like. But no, it's different now in my late 30s with no rings or no World Series for a very long time. But hey, I wanted to, again, today talk about eBay and strengthening your account as a seller. A couple days ago, I shared what my first rule of thumb is, a kind of 1A and 1B of how I work with people who are not paying. But I also wanted to touch base again here, how I make my account even stronger and how I really avoid sellers who are not paying or who have a recent history of not paying. And I will say as a teaser, I have not had to get a final value fee credit back since November. So let's talk about how I've done that as a seller on eBay. So here we are in our eBay account, and you can get there any numerous kind of ways on eBay, but the best way for me is go to eBay, you go to summary, and then you go to account. And where we want to be at is in the selling tab here, and you want to go down to business policies. And then in business policies, you're going to have, in my account, you're going to have site preferences. This is where you want to be at to really make your account stronger. Now, before we talk about how to do this, this is sort of my impassioned plea to the community when it comes to if you're selling on eBay. Giving a buyer a non-paying strike helps out everybody. So please do not cancel orders for buyers who are not going to pay. That just sort of repeats the cycle and doesn't weed out people who are not paying or who are bidding, erroneously and just bidding to bid. So if you're able to go through that 6-day process, waiting 2 days, then opening the case in another 4 days, this helps out every single buyer out there. So when you're in selling preferences, you want to scroll down to the title called buyer requirements. And this is where you're able to set up who can buy from your account. Now, right now I have it set up with buyer. I block buyers who have received 2 unpaid strikes within a month and have a feedback score of -1 or lower. Look, we're never going to block buyers with a 0 feedback because that would never, number one, you can't, but you never want to block new buyers. We want a bigger install base on eBay, so you want people with little to no feedback because that means they're new to the ecosystem and they're better for every seller. But let's go into requirements and let's see what's available to us to set the requirements. So I have the very first option is buyers with unpaid strikes. I have it check marked, and I'm blocking bidders and buyers who have received 2 unpaid strikes within 1 month. Now, if someone just has 1, you can't block them. That's just how eBay is. And look, 1 unpaid strike, I get it, it happens, but it's nothing that's, in my mind, continuous. But I have it set really at the strictest one. So it's just 2 unpaid strikes within 1 month. Now you can do 1 month, 6 months, or 12 months. I think 6 months is a little bit longer. It's a little bit too long. If there was a 3-month option, I'd probably do that. But 6 months, there's a lot of time a lot of things can change in 6 months. So I just really want to block buyers who are right now in the moment not paying for their auctions. That's where I'm most concerned with. I'm not concerned if someone had a strike or 2 strikes 6-7 months ago. Something could have happened financially. Look at what we're going through right now with the unemployment rate, the people who are furloughed like myself. So I think we got to be cautious of just blocking anyone with an NPD strike. But for myself, I have it set with 2 unpaid strike items within 1 month. I also have it blocked for buyers with a negative feedback score of -1. So basically, they're a new member, they got a negative, and I've never really seen anyone get blocked with that, but it's there. There are many different options you can select here, but the 2 that I use the most are blocking buyers and bidders with 2 unpaid strikes within 1 month. And when you go back to your screen here, it'll give you a buyer requirements activity log. And this will show you all of the people who have tried to bid or buy your auctions or your listings, and they're blocked by your requirements. And as you can see here, these are some members with long-term histories. Look, 2012, 2010, 2011, 2016, 2013, 2018. So you hear all the time, oh, eBay is all about the new buyers and they're against sellers, and all these new people are bad for the hobby. Look at the people who are blocked from my account right now. These are long time members. I mean, 2012 feels like yesterday, but it's nearly a decade ago. And so, and this person, he tried to do it 5 times or 4 times on one item, and this person from 2011, 1,600 feedback, but he has 2 strikes in the past month. And just let's see what this item is. This is a Nick Solak card. But I would recommend that you set up your account with 2 blocking buyers with 2 unpaid strikes within a month. That's going to weed out all of the people who are currently just not paying in the moment. You're welcome to do it longer if you'd like, but I just think it's 2 within a year or 2 within 6 months is a little bit restrictive. You might hurt your sales a little bit that way. But as I said earlier, I have not had a NPD strike, or I've not had to get a final value fee credit since November. I've opened up a couple cases here and there, but for the most part, every single person is paid since November, even if I've opened up an initial non-paying case against them. So if I were you right now, I would get into your eBay account, set up your buyer requirements at blocking any buyer with 2 unpaid strikes within 30 days. Hopefully this will make your account stronger, and hopefully this will help you avoid buyers out there who are not paying for their auctions. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day collecting, and see you all tomorrow.